Now this doesn't look great, and that's because the birds have gotten to it. Oh, I have something out here now. This, I have oh my God, are you serious? Look, y'all. You see those 5 spots? That's where the fucking... Oh, are you serious? Okay, I had pictures of what was milk thistle. Look at what they did to it down to this, y'all. That's what's left. And there were 2 here. Oh, son of a bitch. So I had where you see these dark spots that have been watered, and there were milk thistle plants in all those spots. And these fucking ass rabbits, I'm telling you, I swear before all that is holy. Over here, last year I had okra, and then I had kale, and then I had cucumbers. Lemon cucumbers. This year I have regular cucumbers over there because I use regular cucumbers more in my smoothies. So I just decided to do regular cucumbers. I had some kale here. Now, I was under the impression that rabbits didn't bother kale, they didn't like kale, because I never had trouble, and I've grown them for the last 3 years. I've never had trouble with the rabbits. Even when they did come and plow down my peas, they didn't touch the kale. But apparently they've taken a liking to kale. Yeah, they ate them right down to the ground. So the only thing they didn't mess with, looks like, is I have a couple of these oh God, really? They ate the collard too. This is what I have in this bed: cucumbers, kale, mustard greens, and collard greens. The only thing I have that's not eaten is the cucumber. And they ate the first 3 that came up, so you know. So these are the surviving 3. And these are mustard greens. And the collards are gone. They ate them. Oh, this what this bad boy is supposed to be for. I thought this bad boy was doing a good job in other parts of the yard, keeping the birds and critters away. So I thought I'd get 3 more. But yeah. So fuck that security. Here's another one. This one's been up so long it's got cobwebs on it. But what else? So over here on these 2 corners, I have okra and red peppers. Well, as you will see, they ate the okra down. There was one over here. They ate it. So this is what's left of this one, and this is what's left of this one. Like, really. So I can't even right now. Rabbits are like the most evil creature in the cutest fuzzy package ever. But I hate rabbits for the rest of my life. So again, all these are gone. They ate them. The only one left is this. That's the only one left here. I'm going to go ahead and do the raised bed last, so I'll start on this end. And these I put, because I think there was too much sun for spinach to be productive. So I put Caesar here. This is my Tiny Tim. I really, really love this guy. He's very strong. He only gets a foot high. My other tiny Micro Tom that I showed you, the tomatoes were a little tart. They were small, and the plant only grew 8 inches, and therefore the fruit was only the size of a grape. And although I'm the only one that does raw tomatoes in this household, those were too small for me. I could pop them like grapes, but I would still need a lot of them. So I needed a tomato. I did several videos that weren't posted explaining what kind of tomato I wanted, and I wanted the skin to be really thick. That's too much information. I'm going through the things real quick, and I'll take the time on each thing later. So this is my only tomato this year, and potentially future years, is the Tiny Tim tomato. So this is her. So this is her. Look at all those. I don't know if you can see all those, but there's a ton, and they're the perfect size. They get larger than cherry tomatoes but smaller than regular tomatoes. So the mosquito shocker, I didn't know it flowered. Apparently it does. It's supposed to keep away mosquitoes. It's really pretty, and it attracts bees but not other insects, which I do appreciate. I was going to cut all the flowers off because that's one thing we did not want. We try to keep everything green. The only thing that has flowers is, you know, obviously things that need to flower. But I don't know if this is going to make seed pods or what's going to happen after these close. These on top have closed, so I may just regrow it at the end of the season and start it over, just so I'll have a new one next year. I don't know. Again, too much information. So tomato, I'm gonna be editing the fuck out of this video. Lemon tree, I'm going to cut this off. I wonder if I can make another tree out of it. I'll see if I can propagate another tree. I really don't need to, but I want to cut these lower branches so that all the energy can go up into flowering and fruit. Ground cherries, I couldn't find any. Every ground cherry I found was actually a tomato. I wanted the ones that have little yellow fruits that taste like pineapple, allegedly. So I'm going to have those. Oh, really? Oh, awesome. The planes that have been coming through have been larger and larger, and the helicopters, they're a lot more military helicopters. They're really huge. But these are snow peas. So because I can't say I don't have enough room. There's not enough comfortable room for me to grow enough peas to just have peas. So I do love snow peas though, and you can just take a handful of those and julienne them and put in a ton of stuff. So this is my moringa tree, but this is moringa. She's beautiful. I tried it several other times and failed, but again, I'll go through that another day. More Caesar. Here is some backup lettuce. This is my peppermint, which I have every day. I have at least 10 leaves. I eat at least 10 peppermint leaves every day. Raised bed, as you all know. What happened here was I had a red onion. You can see here it was a red onion, and it kept growing in the bag after I got it home. Like weeks after I got it home, it kept growing, and the stalks looked so healthy and green. I was going to use it for green onion chives, since my green onion that I usually have back here is not coming up for some reason. I have no idea why. Anyway, so since this random onion was growing, I was like, I'm just gonna plant the whole thing in the raised bed. Plus nothing else was growing, so I planted the whole thing in the raised bed, and this has turned, the actual onion has turned to mush. I should probably have cut it first, but the actual onion turned to mush. I didn't want to cut it because the bottom was where the root was. But yeah, so this has all these different stalks of green onion on it, so I could just probably cut and reuse those. These 3 are red peppers. I had 6 last year that I did a video that you guys never saw. 3 red peppers, because I only need 3. 6 was kind of crowded in here. I have 3 Swiss chard, and I have a couple on the side of the house that never make it because of, you know, as mentioned, the rabbits. I have this Samson seeded lettuce. Oh, is this bolting? Oh, it doesn't matter because that's what my backup lettuce is for. So this big empty spot is going to be all spinach. And I'm going to put some of these in between the spinach to shade it out so it doesn't bolt as fast. Basil, oregano. I didn't do as big a bunch of oregano because you only need, clearly, you only need a couple of seeds, and these will grow out, really be prolific. Cilantro. So basil, cilantro, and oregano. And here I have arugula, just because I wanted to taste it. Although when I saw someone taste it out of their garden, they acknowledged that it was a very peppery flavor, and it is a very peppery flavor, and it's not one that I like very much in my salads. So this will be the first and last of arugula to me, so for me. So I have a lot of arugula seeds that I have not and will not use. This Creaky just got from me. It's different from my other here. You can see where he lined it up against the whole deck. But this is what I had before. It's like, you know, it keeps getting tangled. So I would have that before just for the deck. So now I have this. And what I do, it's retractable. So I could just pull this out as much as I need to. And then retract it back when I'm done. And another cool thing about it being right here is I could thread it through the railings here and water everything on the side of the house. Okay, this is my bitch. Okay, let me tell you the story about her. She's beautiful. This is a miracleberry tree, and it is probably 2 years old. When I got it, which was 6 to 8 months ago, it was allegedly 1.5 years old. It was smaller, much smaller, but they also grow very, very slow, which is a good thing. I think they start allegedly producing after 1.5 years and 2 feet, approximately, you know, 1.5 to 2 feet tall. So again, I would estimate this as a 2-year-old plant. I only brought this out today because I want to go ahead and bring it out, because since it's about production time for this particular tree, I wanted to get as much real sunlight as possible, and I would like to see flowers this year. I'd like this to be the first year I see flowers. Sensipalum dulcificum. It's the miracleberry tree is what it is. But again, I'll give that its own video.